Evening, Reds. How are we? Hopefully, all of you is on a fantastic Tuesday, wherever you are around the world. Welcome back to, I'd say, another Liverpool news episode. It is more of a breaking news episode, of course. If anybody has seen the news this morning or anywhere else in particular, you guys would have seen, of course, there being breaking news concerning Trent Alexander-Arnold and Real Madrid. Of course, it does look like the Trent is off. He is going to be leaving Liverpool and joining Real Madrid this summer on a free transfer. Of course, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. Down below, of course, as you can see, I am joined by a very, very special guest, obviously Ricky. Rick, how are we? Hopefully the news hasn't spoilt your day.
It is what it is, isn't it? Like, we've really all known all season he was in the league, but he's a rat, isn't he? So, I mean, I'm sure we'll get into it a bit more, but for me, he's worse than Michael Owen and Steve McManaman. He's done worse. I think he's the biggest rat out of the three. If what's coming out is true, that what we offered him and what he's going to be on at Real Madrid, then yeah, he's just top rat in it. So,
it's not great, is it? I think judging from all the stuff that's reported to have come out anyway, of course, it is all out of Real Madrid's camp, but still there is obviously some neutral basis, obviously due to Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein, and of course we'll get into
as well.
Yeah, and Paul Joyce, but I mean, mainly in terms of the main factors anyway. But again, let us know your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. But if you guys haven't seen the news, of course, this is what we are referring to. David Ornstein this morning coming out and saying that Real Madrid are working to close the deal to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold on a free. Real Madrid must inform Liverpool if-when it's done, not happened as of yet. Spaniards are monitoring 26-year-old right back for 2+ years, doing everything in their power since Jan to convince him to join. Of course, that's coming from The Athletic. Now, of course, one other bit that I think has caused a lot of anger, Rick, is the fact that supposedly Trent has decided his future back in 2023. And if that's true, that's pretty much meant that for an entire 18 months he's known that he's going to go to Real Madrid over Liverpool. I think that's a massive factor. And of course, like as you mentioned, it looks like he'll be given £220,000 per week, which of course is reportedly massively less to what Liverpool were offering. But still, of course, that massive signing bonus, reportedly around £60 million that he will be receiving as well. But when you first, read the news this morning, was you overly shocked? Because for me, I wasn't overly shocked. I was more kind of like, it was impacted in terms of right, it's finally happened. We know now what's going to happen.
Yeah, we all know why it's come out today. I think that there must be something in the background that he's ruled out for the rest of the season. I don't think he'll play again for Liverpool. I think that's him done. It's not a big shot that he's gone there. If it's true that he made his mind up in 2023 that he wanted to go to Real Madrid, then listen, no party's coming out of this looking good. FSG are not looking good from it all. Trent's not going to look good from it all. The club are not looking good from it all. Because he should have been sold in the summer. If the club refused to sell him in the summer, they've only got themselves to blame that they're getting no money for him. If he told them that he wants out. It also don't look good on Edwards and Richard Hughes, because what have they been doing all season? It's now going to impact the other two in Salah and Van Dijk. If you want my personal opinion, I don't think them two sign either. I think Edwards is too stubborn, and if it don't get done on Edwards' terms, it don't get done. So I think they'll be out the door. I think you've then got to look at the possibility of selling Ibu this summer because he's out of contract next summer. So it's going to be. Listen, we're on the verge of winning the league. We're 5 games from winning the league, and that's just been overshadowed by this story with Trent and others. What team in history is on the verge of winning the league and it's going to be completely overshadowed by what's going on behind closed doors. Listen, you know my thoughts on FSG. I generally think with Trent going, and if the other two go in, that will be the end of FSG at Liverpool. Purely one, because the fans will turn against them, and two, I don't think they can financially rebuild that team with the money it's going to cost to replace these three players. Because you're looking at Trent. Trent's a £100 million player. Salah and Van Dijk is debatable what they're worth, purely because of the age and where they're at their careers. At the end of it, it's going to cost a lot of money to replace them three players. So any hope of Liverpool buying the likes of Isak, a left back, another centre back, a centre mid in the summer, is all going to be thrown in the air now because if these three players go on a free at the end of the season.
Yeah, I would agree. We said it though, didn't we? Like we've done, like everybody's done transfer shows over the last week because it's the international break. I think everybody's had the same type of conclusion of, well, if we keep all three, it's still going to be a big summer because we need a left back, we need another centre half, the forward line needs doing, it needs upgrading. And now when you look at it, it is catastrophic how much work Liverpool need to do, because just with one player, we've now all of a sudden lost our creativeness. And again, that's mad to say just off one player. But again, the prime example, the Carabao Cup final, like Liverpool were poor in that game creatively. And all right, Liverpool have created chances when Trent's not been in the team. But again, Trent is that difference maker. Again, Liverpool can be poor in a game, and then one quick moment happens, and then bang, that it completely changes the game. But I think now, obviously, and I've seen people throughout today, obviously blame who they think should be blamed. Now, again, in my personal opinion, I think the only person you can blame in this situation is Trent to a certain capacity. But I also think it's a mixture of, as an overall perspective, I think it's a mixture of everyone. It's poor from the planning from Liverpool. I think that the overall planning of the fact that nobody really looked at it and went, right, you're gonna have a summer where Trent, Salah, and Van Dijk are all going to be out of contract. Whoever thought that was a bright idea was, again, stupid. And the other thing too, that is, we've had 4 sporting directors in the last 3 years. So again, when we look at it, the fact that it is probably that we've had the fact that one sporting director has gone, the next sporting director can do it, and it's continued down the line. And now we're at the fact of, Trent's gone to Real Madrid, brilliant. We've now let £100 million player, like you said, Rick, leave on a free transfer, and that is a poor business for our model and our structure under FSG. It's a very, very poor situation to be in, but it's poor to even begin with because of how on earth we've ended up in this position. It's not like we're dealing with for example, like an agent Thiago, who, again, very injury prone, very good on his day, but again, when was his day really? Or a James Milner, or Bobby Firmino, for example, who wanted to leave, and again, that was a perspective look, again, because Liverpool wanted to give him a new contract, but he went, no, like, my time is up at the football club. But this just feels massively different because it's Trent, it's probably the best right back in world football, and also you're losing world-class talent for nothing. I think that's what's pissed off a lot of people. I don't know about your thoughts on that.
Yeah, massively. I mean, we all knew it was coming, but it's now come out because obviously I don't think he plays again for Liverpool. I think he's done this season. And I've seen Zane's comment there. FSG don't have money. FSG are not cash rich. FSG are asset rich. They're not cash rich. They don't have cash in their hip. They don't have cash in the bank. It's all assets. So they don't have the financial power to go, here's 400 million, say, in the summer, because when FSG have never put money into the club. The training ground was built with our money and sponsorship money. the stands were loaned money from FSG. We then had to pay them loans back with interest. FSG are not cash rich; it's assets. So, like, I don't even want to be that negative because we're on the verge of winning the league title.
I think you have to. I think you have to be though in this type of situation.
Not
so much on the players, but it's the situation.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be very hard next season. If Salah and Van Dijk go as well as Trent, it's going to be very, very hard. Like, everyone thought the transitional year would be this year. It's not. It's going to be next year, maybe the year after. But I don't believe FSG have a plan. I like everyone's saying, FSG are not involved. They're just the ones that sign the checks. It's down to the people that run the club, i.e. Edwards, Hughes, Gordon, Billy Hogan, who does this commercial side of it. We don't have the money. I generally said, I've said to you and in the group chat for months, I don't believe Liverpool financially could sign all three back to a contract. I don't believe we had the money to sign all three. And with Trent going, it makes it a little bit easier to try and get the other two to sign. But
I think you have to now. Like I don't think it, like we were saying just now of coming on. It's probably now vital more than ever that you get the other two done now and get them announced because Trent's leaving. And we've all said that, would it change the morale of the play-in squad? No, it shouldn't do now because if Conor Bradley is fit now for the Merseyside derby and he stays fit, Conor Bradley now is the right back for next season. Depending on of course, if Liverpool do go on to sign anybody else. But I think that's even a question now of you look at that right back market and it's a pretty horrific market to be looking at. Let's be honest. Like we said in the past when we've looked for a defensive midfielder, like that was a dire market. But this market is awful. And again, there might be a diamond in the rough where you look at it and go, look, that player, if he could learn under Conor Bradley and then to be the right backs for the future, yeah, sure. Like there might be that type of player out there. But as of things right now, it looks very bleak for what Liverpool want to do.
If there's not an emergency meeting going on at Anfield or wherever between the top boys, it's concerning. Like, I mean, I can't remember a bigger summer coming that we've ever had to have. I can't remember the last big summer that it's emergency summer. This is an emergency summer. Even if we sign Van Dijk and Salah to new deals, you've then got there's a huge chunk of money gone by them two renewals. And like I keep saying, these boys ain't got the cash and to go big in the summer. It's
an interesting one, isn't it?
Listen, all I'm gonna say is enjoy this season, winning the league. Enjoy it, party, go to the parade. Hopefully Trent ain't there. Go to the parade.
Trent's chasing the bus down.
Yeah. Go to the parade, enjoy yourself because it's coming. It's coming. The dark cloud is coming.
It's not great, is it? But we'll talk more about Trent anyway. Of course, get your guys' thoughts in anyway. Obviously, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button wherever you are around the world. But Zane says it's not the financial side because we all know FSG have money. Just about whether they will pull their fingers out that will show me whether they are ambitious or not. Well, the thing is, like, I'm not necessarily, of course, like angry towards FSG specifically at the present moment in time.
They're a gang of rats as well.
Well, they are, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm more frustrated towards Trent. If the news that's come out, and again, it's all speculation at the moment, we won't know much as of yet. But if any of it is true, that he has known for 18 months he's wanted to go to Real Madrid, then I'm sorry, like, biggest rat going. And it's different now. And we spoke about this when Jack was on. This Liverpool side is different. Like, this is a team that competes for everything. And again, it could have completely changed from last season. Arne Slot could have chose Conor Bradley to be the right back for him. But no, he kept Trent. Trent was his right back for this season. And there's been no indication of that changing, I would say, for next season. All right, Conor Bradley's going to develop even more and probably be better over time. But the way Liverpool are, again, we're going to go on and win the Premier League. All right, we had a poor exit in the Champions League, didn't win the Carabao Cup. But even still, Liverpool are fighting for everything under a new manager who has, again, and I think people do forget, he's very young for a manager that's just come in from the Dutch league as well and pretty much tore apart the Premier League. And once he brings in his own players and his own philosophy, that'll get better. It won't get worse. It'll get better over time. And I think, again, for me, Trent leaving is more of a rat move than anyone. Like over Owen, over McManaman, like Ricky said. Like, will that tarnish his legacy? I'm not so sure at the minute. I think, again, it's too much emotion really to talk about it, but in the long term.
Trent. 100%. His legacy's done.
At Liverpool?
His legacy's done Liverpool, mate. Like, I mean, you're leaving your boyhood club on a free in your prime when we're competing on every front. At least when Michael Owen and McManaman went, we weren't competing.
True. That is true.
Listen, we got 8 mil for Michael Owen. It's not a lot, but you got 8 mil for him.
No, but you got something from him.
McManaman left. We weren't doing anything at the time when McManaman left. We weren't competing. I mean, we're one of the biggest clubs in world football, competing at every level. He's in his prime. He's a £100 million player. He's a local lad. That mural he's got is coming down, mate. I'm telling you now, that will come down.
Change it to a Tara window.
Like his legacy at Liverpool is done by him going on a free transfer to Real Madrid. I'm not having this, you can't turn Real Madrid down, bollocks. Sorry, Steven Gerrard turned Real Madrid down. You wanted the same legacy as Steven Gerrard. You're not even close, lad. You're done.
Yeah, I'd agree. Ozan says, Con, do you think the terrible backlash Trent and his bros are getting on social media is totally deserved?
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Again, if the rumors are true, again, that he is he's rejected £300,000 per week from Liverpool to go to Real Madrid, and again, it's the fact that, again, this, if it's true what came out about him deciding in late 2023, he didn't know Jurgen Klopp was leaving then. So he has decided, even before Jurgen Klopp's gone, that he wants to go to Real Madrid, if that's true. And if that is true, what a snake move that is, to be fair. The fact that Jurgen gave him the vice captaincy, which is a pathway to become the captain of Liverpool Football Club, something that he has said openly that he wanted to achieve at Liverpool, and he hasn't done that yet neither. This is why I think a lot of us thought Trent would stay, was because, all right, he's won everything at Liverpool. He's won the Premier League. He's going to win another one. He's won a Champions League. And I don't know about you, Rick, and I was going to mention it a bit earlier on. Do you reckon that's maybe a factor? All right, you look at Liverpool and Real Madrid. It's not a guaranteed Real Madrid will win La Liga every single season, but you look at the Champions League, and would you say probably Real Madrid have got a better chance of winning the Champions League over La Liga half the time? Because I think you look at their competitive record, La Liga wise, it's normally Barcelona. Obviously, there's some in there with Real Madrid, but the Champions League, it's always Real Madrid. How many Champions Leagues they've won? 14, 15 now?
It'd be 15.
Is it 15?
Yeah. But, yeah, I get that. Like they do put all their eggs in the Champions League basket because they want to be seen as the number one European team. But you think them Real Madrid fans are going to take Trent jogging back? You think him getting roasted by, I don't know, Rafinha, Yamal, whoever Barca signed? Imagine they signed Luis Diaz.
Nico Williams.
Luis Diaz will rip Trent on that right-hand side as well. Nico Williams, if he stays at Bilbao. Listen, you think these Real Madrid fans are going to take that lightly, that he's getting destroyed week in, week out because he can't defend? Liverpool fans let him get away with it because he's a local lad and the going forward output from him. But listen, these Madrid fans are different. They don't mess around over there. Look, so But I mean, it's what it is now, innit? We just got to move on. If the club have got any balls about them, they'd announce one of these Salah or Van Dijk contracts sharpish to sort of get the mood, back up in the fan base. Because listen, the fan base is going to be destroyed over the next couple of weeks till we play Everton. That game's going to be nervous when that comes around because of what's going on.
I'm kind of glad that Trent's not going to be there.
I just see a comment at the bottom now. I think it's absolute nonsense, that comment. You're entitled to an opinion, but it's absolute nonsense. He hasn't outgrown his boyhood team. That's nonsense. Liverpool are one of the biggest football clubs in world football. How are you outgrowing that? Sorry. That's not, no.
I'll get to Hero's comment in a minute. Let me quickly scroll back up so I read everyone's comments. Big up saying think the club at the top been a bit of a mess. Hughes left a year later. Julian Ward left. Jurgen was in very heavy position, and the power of Schmachter come in already. Now Edwards and Hughes are back as well. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Big up Tom as well. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you in the chat. FXG need to communicate to the grassroots supporters about what their 5-year plan. I don't believe they buy big this summer. I feel they have done brilliant with the structure of the club. Yeah, like again, we all said it though, didn't we? Like Liverpool needed a big summer, and of course we expect sales also in that. I think obviously Darwin Núñez being one massive sale that will probably go through. But again, you even look at it now, like it's going to be a rough summer, considering again Trent leaving, and again if the others go, then yeah, Jesus Christ, because then that's not only then an impact for them. You also, like you mentioned, Ibu will go. He's not going to sign a new contract. Why would he? When you've got Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent all leaving. Why would he commit the next 5 years to the club when we're not showing ambition in getting any of them re-signed? Really. Also says next year is definitely going to be the transition season where we don't win much. Maybe. Again, we'll have to hope for a miracle, really. I got no problem with Trent's decision. It's the way it's played out. It's left a sour taste. He's kind of gone out the back door. Yeah, I would 1,000% agree with that. As well, Tom was saying we are in trouble, lads. If you think we're going to fill these places, I'd say Salah's game plan depends on Trent ball supply. So why would he stay now as well? It's a big question. To be fair as well, pick up Sally. Hello. I'm saying great content on your podcast. Ricky. Passion as usual as well. I see that comment earlier and I was like, I'm going to embarrass Rick on camera. There you go. But pick up Sally as well. But the league isn't mathematically sewn up yet, Con. Yeah, no, it's not. But that's I think everybody has the same type of approach that Liverpool will win the league.
If we don't win this league, it's a massive collapse. It's embarrassing if we don't win this league title.
Jesus Christ, could you imagine?
It is. It will be the biggest collapse in Premier League history. I'm not asked. 100%
for a title. It is, yeah, absolutely. I was trying to compare it to like,
especially when you're playing the team at home as well. Who your next?
Yeah, true.
True.
I do keep forgetting, mind, that we do play Arsenal towards the end of the season. But Mark says can't see this move being good for him.
Listen, but I hope this move flops for him and he cries to come back and we don't take him back.
But that's the thing though, like because you mentioned it there, a couple of minutes ago about how will Real Madrid fans kind of accept his mistakes really. And accept, like, again, Trent's defensive ability. Like, again, we've stuck up for Trent for so long. You guys will know on the channel, again, we spoke very highly on Trent forward and back. But even now, like, I don't think Real Madrid fans will be the same as Liverpool supporters. He won't be as adored as he is at the minute at Liverpool. But again, he's gone for the money. And he's gone for, because again, it's not necessarily now a difference between, having a new career really. it's not the fact he's gone and we've gone, all right, well, Trent's just left to refresh, to go and try something new.
He's gone to play third wheel with Jude and his missus, isn't he?
No, Jude and Mbappe. That's the funny one.
I'm sure Jude has got a new bird, so I'm sure Trent will be third wheeling on the dates.
Do you remember the World Cup when we were all like, "Oh yeah, they're getting really good friends, like, really, really good friends." Yeah, Liverpool are going to sign him in the summer. Yeah, that didn't work out, did it? But to be fair, again, keep your guys' thoughts in the comments anyway. Hero says, "Won't mess this up now." Let me quickly scroll up because I have missed one or two comments. If StreamYard will allow me to do it. There we go. Trent's outgrown his boyhood team. We all miss him, but we always find the answers. I don't think so. I would disagree with you with the Hero, to be fair. I think, to be fair, I would also say it though, like, has Trent really outgrown the team? No, because Liverpool
Football Club. Liverpool Football Club is one of the biggest clubs in world football. You cannot outgrow that club.
Exactly, but it's not the fact Liverpool are not competing for stuff neither. We're about to win a Premier League title.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but exactly that's the point. Like, Liverpool are about to go and win a Premier League, but it's that factor as well. It's like we have competed for everything this season. All right, FA Cup. All right, we got knocked out by Plymouth, but still, we got beat by the better team in PSG in the Champions League, who probably are going to be one of the favourites to go on to win the whole tournament. Look, and we've absolutely battered everyone in the league. And if Trent thinks the grass is greener on the other side, then go ahead. Like, and the fact that, if Trent also thinks that, that's, Trent's whole idea is, oh, well, I'm going to go to Madrid. Madrid can win the Champions League, every season, was favourites to go win the Champions League. Then let him go, because I can't wait for Liverpool to draw Real Madrid now next season and Trent get absolutely battered by McAllister or Gravenberch in the midfield. Anyway, which, look, fair play to him. But Mark says Trent just wants more than he can get from our league as well, which maybe. But FSG defo won't buy big this summer. They're going to look for a bargain signings. Jonathan David. That's all I'm going to say. I think Jonathan David is one that just screams FSG, doesn't it?
No, he's at Newcastle.
Is he?
Yeah.
Do I want Isak's going to Arsenal? But he must start for the rest of the season when he comes back from injury. He won't play again, Doug. That's him done, I think, for the season. Like as Rick said, that's the reason why it's coming out now. He's done for the season. Because if you guys remember as well, there was no specific date, really. It was just like, yeah, Trent will be back before the end of the season. It's like, well, when's that then? And we've not had an answer since, really, which is a problem, to be fair. But Edwards will be showed on the probably. But again, can we really justify that at the minute as well? But has to be benched. Yeah, 100% agree. Big up Mark from the link in the comments. What's Nunes actually worth, lads? Not being funny, but it's their genuine interest in him, apart from the Saudi clickbait last year.
He's worth a packet of crisp and a bag of Haribo, but that bid was legit in January for him from the Saudis, and I do think we'll get that again in the summer for him. And I think we'll bite their hand off this time. Listen, we only didn't sell him in January because our January targets for striker weren't available. But I do believe if the Saudis come back, it will be 70 to 75 again. If it's a European team, you're getting 35 to 50 mil tops.
Yeah. But sorry, I'm just checking. Like, I was just seeing because people were tweeting out stuff. Apparently, Isak scored like a worldie for Sweden, which is causing.
Isak's not happening. Isak's not happening. It's a pipe dream. Isak's the new Jude Bellingham for Liverpool links. Listen, if John Henry and FSG had any balls about them, they'd be like, "Is 120 mil Isak, you coming?" But they ain't. They'll bid 20 mil for some kid that ain't never kicked a ball more than 30 times a season. And then we're listen, we need to just start acting like a big boy club and go get the finished article. Listen, Harry Kane Harry Kane is available. If we can't get Isak in the summer, Harry Kane is available for 65 million in the summer with his release clause from Birmingham. I don't care if he's 31, 32. You get Harry Kane in this team with Salah, you win the Premier League next season. Harry Kane will bag you 30 goals plus in this Liverpool team.
You sound like McKim Nibble.
Listen, Harry Kane is a bagsman. He will score you goals, and goals. I don't care about his age. If you want to win a league title, you go get Harry Kane.
Well, to answer back up to Tom's comment as well, I agree with Rick. I think you're probably looking like if Saudis come in 70, 75 million, if you're talking European, 40 mil max, really. I wouldn't be too surprised if it's probably a bit less than that from European clubs anyway. But Real Madrid fan base are the most spoilt fan base in the world. One bad thing he does, the fans will be top of you in the Spanish media will be on him too, and that's what he's chosen. Like I don't feel sympathy for him, really. Like again, mentioned it on the show 2 days ago. Look at Gareth Bale. Like Gareth Bale was one of the most honoured players for Real Madrid, along with Ronaldo, Benzema, all of that generation, as you like to point out. But still, the treatment level again was constantly in the newspapers.
Poor man, and that's gigs, isn't it?
Shut up. But Trent's an Evertonian with Steve Macker. He's going to have an Evertonian shirt in his rooms now as well too. Yeah. The funniest one I think of today was people replacing the corner taken quickly, Origi, with Robbo instead. There was
Robbo and there's a Bradley one as well.
Yeah. And the mural as well, changing to Wataru Endo. That needs to happen, to be fair.
Frankfurt.
Yeah, no, he's going to Frankfurt, unfortunately. I'm going to cry in a pillow now later. But I would say 30, 35 million, or 35, 40 million, says Doug. The World Cup romance was embarrassing, Colin. Yet it was awful. That's our perspective, not his. John says, thoughts on Frimpong as a replacement, guys? He's not really a replacement, is he? Let's be honest. We looked at it yesterday. He's completely different towards Trent. But again, I'd be surprised if Frimpong was the guy to come in. But then, in also saying that, he's got a release clause. So
no, Frimpong's coming. Frimpong.
No, I'm not listening to your.
Lad, he's coming. He's coming. Right? He's got release clause. It's easy to do. What is it? 35 mil release clause.
33.
33 mil release clause, mate. That's got FSU written all over it.
Like Jonathan David for free. He's got is it 40 plus goals in the last 3 seasons? I think for Jonathan David. I'm not too sure on that. We'll have to have a look. But lads, if he's gone, he's gone. We move on. I'm proud to say we are supporting supporters. Love LFC more than Trent really did. Up the fucking Reds, love to the day I die. For 97 as well, of course, absolutely. Ozan says it's rare that I fully agree with Ricky, but I do this time as well. To be fair, the last 24 hours, I've been agreeing with Ricky quite a lot, which is a bit of thing. Which, to be fair, in our own group chat, was it earlier on the whole Kimmich conversation? You did it to have to spell you absolute rat. You guys know I don't want Kimmich anywhere near Liverpool Football Club, and of course it's not going to happen now because he's re-signed a deal with Bayern. But still, this motherfucker wanted Kimmich as a Trent replacement, and no. But back you 30 goals and a show him. Jesus
listen,
Christ.
he could do that all he wants, mate, as long as we've got the Premier League trophy with us as well.
Well, when you actually look at it, you look at strikers on the market, and we've even spoke about it. Again, you've got that list of what Isak, Kane's available. Obviously, Nkika is also there. You look at top quality. it's not really a big thing, is it? Really, you know, for what Liverpool would want, you know, in a striker rebuild.
See this one from is it Frankfurt? He will cost you 80 million. Yeah, he will cost 80 million. If you're going to go pay 80 million for him, you might as well slap another 40 on top and go get Isak.
Yeah.
But he does scream Edwards and FSG. I know it's 80 mil. They'll probably pay 1 mil a season to get him. And he is the age young, someone that they could sell later on. So it could be, I could see it being him, but Isak's the one. Isak or Kane, you get either of them, you're winning the Premier League next season.
The only counter argument I'd say to that is, you know, now, you know, where does Liverpool's creativeness come from? I think that's a problem now.
No, I think they go sign. Well, I think they'll try and sign. Frimpong will be the outlet down the right hand side if it's him. Kirkes down the left, that's creative there. I think they're going to look for a 10. Listen, it wouldn't surprise me if Don Szoboszlai plays a lot next season left wing if Diaz goes with Gakpo. Gakpo and Szoboszlai as the left wingers. And they'll go sign a creative 10.
Wirtz?
Not a chance in hell Liverpool FSG splash cash on Florian Wirtz. Not a chance.
Why?
You probably sign Wirtz's mum to play Cam. FSG will probably fund that, but they're not funding Florian Wirtz. No. You're more likely to go get Xavi Simons.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, I'm pretty sure it'll be Xavi Simons if we did sign a 10.
I'd rather keep Szoboszlai than sign a left winger.
Purely because Leipzig signed him this summer on a permanent and he only signed a 2-year deal. It will be him.
Well, yeah, he's going to leave Leipzig in the summer.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really a question. I think it's more the case of...
And at the minute, we're loving Dutch players. We're linked with Hato, Frimpong.
Reinders as well keeps getting linked up.
Who?
Even though he signed Reinders from
the Milan. Yeah.
Even though he signed a new contract, which I don't get.
I could see us going Dutch a lot this summer.
Yeah, Dutch FC now is the way to go from us anyway. But one thing I wanted to obviously get up anyway was Romano's tweet about the whole situation, of course, because again, he consistently retweeted last night, didn't he, about Trent? But he did go on to say that Trent Alexander-Arnold and Real Madrid closer and closer after story revealed 1 year ago. The official contract proposal from Real Madrid have been sent to Trent and his camp. Discussions underway on details of the deal. All parties involved confident to get the agreement done. So that's something, again, where like you look at it and go, yeah, just purely frustration at the moment. Where, again, reading that and the Ornstein tweet, again, just infuriated, I think, a lot of people, and rightfully so. Anyway, but I've always like Kane. How much is it likely to cost? The release clause, probably
62.
Yeah, which again, for a player of that caliber, would you take the risk?
100%.
Possibly, but
if Liverpool, big boy club, they go slap that 62 million down on the table, bring Kane back to the Premier League, let him smash the Premier League goal scoring record, take it off Alan Shearer, and go get us another league title. Done.
So is it Kane and Salah, like 1 and 2 in terms of like the top goal scorer sheet?
100%. 100%. Go get me Kane to play with Salah for 1 year. Them two up top. We're done. And keep Van Dijk as well. If we could keep them two, go get Kane, go get a right back, which will be Frimpong. It'll be a midfield on the left back. It's looking decent still. If it's just Trent out the door on a free. But we'll see.
I'm quickly checking to see, because I think one thing that also needs to be mentioned as well, this needs to not happen to anyone else at the football club in terms of the contract running out. Quickly having a look who's out of contract.
We're gonna need a big boy centre off, because if Konate won't sign that new deal, they will sell him this summer. They can't allow Trent to go on a free, then Konate to go on a free a year later. They'll sell Konate this summer to PSG or Real Madrid.
Yeah.
If we can't get the sign new deal.
No, I'm having a look now. So the players out of contract next year is Konate, Kelleher, and Andy Robertson, which...
Yeah, Keller is going this season. You'll get 20 to 25 million for Keller this summer. Maybe use him to Bournemouth in a part of Kirk's deal. Yeah, use him in the deal. Then obviously, I don't think Robbo gets another deal. You might get a 1 year deal, if tops. Because I think Costas goes this summer when we bring another left back in, and Robbo will be the backup to whoever comes in to him.
But even still though, like looking at it, like again, 2027 it's an absolutely huge year again, because looking at it now, yeah, Luis Diaz is out of contract, Curtis Jones is out of contract, Jota, even though I think Diaz and Jota will leave this summer. Again, you know, having your two starters in your squad, you know, leaving in 2027 on a free is bad. You've then got Harvey Elliott, Allison as well is also going to be leaving, Conor Bradley, Costas, and Wataru Endo. If you look at that list, probably Ali, Conor Bradley, Curtis Jones.
Bradley's getting a new deal. They're in talks with Bradley now for a new deal.
Yeah,
he's going to sign a new deal. Curtis Jones will sign a new deal because he's a proper scouser in the team, not like one going on a free transfer. Who else? Harvey will either get sold this summer because Slot don't want him, or he'll sign a new deal because he loves the club as well. Costas will go this summer, so it don't matter about his contract.
Give Wataru Endo a new deal.
He'll go Frankfurt this summer. Jota, they're reluctant to offer Jota a new deal. I think he'll be gone. I told you, this is the biggest summer we're going to have in a long, long time. And we'll see if FSG got the balls to get it right. I don't think they have. You know my views on them.
There you go.
And now it's down to the nerds with the data to go tell. Well, the scouts are probably... Listen, the scouts have been working hard for 2, 3, 4 years for this moment. They'll probably recommend names to Edwards, Hughes, and whoever else.
But it's normally now that they go for the players, isn't it? Really, it's normally this international break where we identify and go for them. Like supposedly that's already happened. You know, so I think David Ornstein said that Liverpool have already contacted, already done their due diligence on the players.
Yeah, listen,
they go for.
If the club have known they're going to struggle to tie these 3 players down, you would have hoped Hughes got out of bed, put a suit on, did a bit of work for once this year, and started looking at the potential replacements for these 3 and how much they're potentially going to cost. But knowing that, Div, he probably ain't been doing anything. Like, listen, I see a report, what is it? Liverpool have asked Bournemouth for the terms of the release clause for, is it Hoyson, the centre-half?
Yeah.
But sorry.
Richard Hughes did that.
Richard Hughes signed him. So why are we asking for the details of the release clause when you got Lemon at the club who signed him?
Absolutely no idea why anyway. But Ozan says FSG must keep BVD 100%.
Listen, if it's one now at the 2 of Salah and Van Dijk, it has to be Van Dijk that stays. I'm sorry, Salah's numbers are great and all, but it's easier to replace a right winger than it is a centre half of someone of Van Dijk's quality. I'm not asked. Listen, Salah's goals numbers and stats talk for themselves, but I'm keeping Van Dijk over Salah just purely because there is no one.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. Max says, would want to go all out for Isak over Kane?
100% the same, but if we can't get Isak, I'd like to think it would be Kane next. But Isak's the dream. But Liverpool never signed the dream player. When have we ever signed the dream player?
Thiago.
He weren't the dream player, lad. Come on.
It's for the player he was.
Listen, you never woke up on the Monday morning at 8 o'clock getting ready for work and thought, yes, I want to sign Thiago this summer. No. No, Thiago was not the dream signing. No Liverpool content creator did Thiago videos. I want to sign Thiago. I'm sorry.
No, of course not. But I'm on about the player of Thiago.
He wasn't a dream signing.
Oh, Thiago was a belt.
I was more excited for signing Ozan Kabak than I was Thiago.
No, get that out.
Thiago was a prong cracker. He was a prong cracker at Bayern Munich. He was not the dream signing.
I was more excited about Ozan Kabak. Jesus Christ.
The dream signing was never Thiago. The dream signing this summer is Isak. Every Liverpool fan is waking up at the minute thinking, let's go get Isak.
Oh, yeah, of course. We're talking about like an absolute dream signing. Like, oh yeah, Mbappe then. What was? That's a point.
No, but a realistic dream signing.
Oh yeah, oh, there you go then.
Like I never sat there thinking, yes, we're going to sign Mbappe, Jude, and Vinny Jr. as a front. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm being realistic here. You wake up realistic. Isak, Kirkes.
Okay.
And that's my two for the summer. That's the dream ones.
The dream ones. I think the third one. Then I was like, I don't know.
Like, I would say Wirtz, but I don't think we ain't got the minerals to go sign Wirtz. So my dream signings this summer is Kirkes, Isak, or Kane, and that's probably it. Like, I don't know who else. Maybe Bastoni long term, but that ain't never happening.
I agree with Mark, but yeah, Alisson was probably a dream signing. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was only a dream signing because of the dross we had previously before in goal.
No, but still, it's a massive dream signing.
Any goalkeeper could have been a dream signing after watching Karius.
I'm not going to comment on that. Football Live Stream is saying sign James Pierce Cat for Trent's replacement. She's more athletic. But to be fair, we do have him on tomorrow at 9 p.m. That is tomorrow's episode for you guys. So
ask him where the money is.
We'll ask him about Trent and obviously a lot of stuff tomorrow.
Ask him, is he ever going to speak out against FSG?
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to be in your comments and ask him. I hope you read that comment out as well. Answer this question from Ricky. Why did you always back FSG up?
Oh, Jesus. Well, to be fair, you've interviewed him twice.
I know. I bottled it. Yeah.
No, but it'll be on tomorrow. Of course, we'll. Of course, you can ask your questions. Obviously, there is. I did put up the post on Twitter for you guys to ask questions. Yeah, of course, I know you will be.
If you don't read mine out, you get booed out of the WhatsApp group.
Not if I do it to you first. It's going to be great. Great summer. The nerds with the data will get it right. I think we can get Branthwaite. No. Absolutely not. I think it got mentioned again today, and Everton have been very vocal in saying nothing less than £80 million. That's for, I think, other teams. I think for Liverpool, we're talking 180 million, to be fair. But thank you, Ricky. I knew you were my boy. For God's sake. But yeah, Alisson was probably the best dream signing. Can't make sure you know Ricky is my boy. Well, one to be as well. But oh Jesus Christ, no, absolutely not. Anyway, but look, I think we'll wrap things up. Of course, it is a frustrating part at the minute. Obviously, the fact that there is still no real announcement. Of course, there might be announcements tomorrow. In terms of potentially the club announcing it, because we didn't expect them to announce the Adidas deal so early, so they may come out and go, yeah, we're just going to announce that it's done, or whenever they think it's done anyway. But I think the big thing is, of course, getting those two done now. In terms of Salah and Van Dijk, they are the main two that you have to get done. No, there's no if, buts, or maybes. We need to get them sorted. But look, of course, I think mainly on the Trent news, I think everybody is just frustrated. And I think the right word is pissed off with the situation. The fact we've let him go on a free transfer to go to Real Madrid anyway. But Ozan says, it is frustrating, lads, but there is still a league title to be won. Yeah, absolutely. We cannot bottle this. No, I don't think we will. I think we will go on and win the league. But then it's like then the thought process then is the next season, and I think everybody would be thinking that as well. And of course, even the first game back for us is the Merseyside derby, which is going to be full of emotion, of course, anyway, which we will have build up to towards the end of the week. Anyway, but like I said, tomorrow will be James Pearce. We're going to get him on. He'll be on for about half an hour, 40 minutes tomorrow. So again, obviously make sure you are tuned into that. Anyway, before we do shoot off, Rick, got anything else to add before we shoot off?
Nah, all good, mate.
Ricky's making now his fantasy list for right back position. Anyway, but big up to Rick for coming on as well. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed tonight's show. Anyway, please make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with the James Pearce interview. Anyway, but until next time, that's gonna be it from us. I've been Connor from the Cock Council. See you guys later on. Ta-ra.